India's pursuit of a permanent seat at the United Nations Security Council reflects its aspiration to play a more substantial role in global governance. The issue has garnered attention from prominent figures and nations, advocating for a reformed representation in the Security Council that aligns with the contemporary geopolitical realities. Elon Musk, the billionaire tech magnate, has termed India's absence from the permanent members of the UNSC as absurd. He highlights the incongruity of India, one of the most populous countries on Earth, not having a permanent seat. Musk emphasizes the need for a revision of the UN bodies, pointing out that those with excess power are reluctant to relinquish it. The United Nations General Assembly President, Dennis Francis, acknowledges India as a mature, highly respected member of the United Nations. Expressing optimism about India's potential for securing a permanent seat, Francis raises concerns about the outdated structure of the Security Council. He points out that the current structure fails to reflect the evolving world dynamics, often leading to decision paralysis due to geopolitical influences and the resultant use of veto powers. India's bid for a permanent seat is not only a matter of representation, but also about contributing positively to global peace and security. The nation has been a non-permanent member of the UNSC for a total of 16 years and is part of the G4 group, which advocates for reform in the UNSC. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, emphasizing the need for representation that speaks for the world, has highlighted the anachronism of the current UNSC structure. India's recent G20 presidency has been lauded as a demonstration of its growing importance on the global stage. The inclusion of the African Union as a permanent member of the G20 under India's leadership is seen as a strong symbol of solidarity across the global south. This move has been recognized by global leaders as a testament to India's role in fostering a more sustainable world and championing initiatives. The journey towards a permanent seat at the UNSC for India, however, faces challenges primarily from China. China has used its veto power to block India's inclusion, despite support from other members like the United States and France. This opposition underlines the complexities of international diplomacy and the power dynamics at play within the UN structure. India's bid for permanent membership is not just about having a seat at the high table. It's about representing the voices and concerns of the developing world, which makes up a significant portion of the global population. India's leadership in the G20, its role in environmental initiatives, and its stance on global peace and security make it a strong contender for this role. The process of UNSC reforms is currently being discussed under the Intergovernmental Negotiation (IGN) framework of the UN General Assembly. India, alongside other reform-oriented countries, is pushing for text-based negotiations to commence urgently. The G4 nations, which include India, Japan, Brazil, and Germany, are collectively advocating for this reform. As India continues its quest for a permanent seat in the UNSC, the global community's support and the changing geopolitical landscape might eventually pave the way for its inclusion. This development would not only symbolize India's growing influence, but also potentially lead to a more representative and equitable global governance structure.